Give me your name, position, and what you do or what you're in charge of.
Okay. Mary Garcia, MaryGarcia. I'm the interim chief of police at UC Santa Cruz Police Department.
Cool. And then for the trainings, how many different scenarios do they run here, and what kind of different scenarios?
So I'm not going to go into the details of the scenarios. I can tell you it's anywhere from 3 to 5. It just depends on how many students we have, both on the fire and police side, so that they run smoothly, because we'll need both of them to work together.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and so it seems that they're doing really working on the coordination between the fire and the police. Is that correct?
Yeah, working on the coordination, communication, and then knowing what each other's role is in a situation like this and what to expect from each other. So knowing, at arrival, what does police expect from fire? What information does police provide fire, so that they know if it's safe to come in and start getting in to save lives? And also communicating, well, what have the police done on scene already that has maybe stabilized patients or identified who's more critical, who needs the higher level of care.
So is it safe to say that the primary goal of this active shooter trainings is for the police to go in and to neutralize and to stabilize the situation, and then number 2 is to coordinate the work with the fire department of them coming in and taking out the victims and such? Does that sound about?
Yeah, it's the coordination of just getting in there faster together, or just as quickly as possible together to save lives.
Okay. So how often do they try to go in basically at the same time, so that the fire is covering the outskirts while the police are in the front and securing?
So the goal is to get fire in there as quickly as possible. So initially, depending on the situation, fire may not be able to get in there right away or with police. The main goal is to neutralize the threat on the police side and get fire and medical aid in there as quickly as possible.
Let me go back a little steps with the actual trainings themselves. You're saying that they've been going on for 9 years.
9 years, yes.
And was it originally just one agency that started it? And how has it evolved to what it is now with doing over 40 something?
Chief Oasis. He was asking me about how it started, if it was just one agency to begin with.
Yeah, so it started with the UC Santa Cruz Police Department, and we tried, at the time we had the UC Santa Cruz Fire Department, and so we started with a very small group, quickly realizing that we needed to expand it, and then the next year Santa Cruz Fire came, some people from Santa Cruz PD, Highway Patrol immediately jumped in, so it just kind of grew from that. And then year 3 or 4, we had just about every agency in the county from law enforcement side, and a couple agencies from the fire side, all the way to where we are now. Every agency in the county and every fire agency in the county is working together. So it was a huge undertaking, but it's a phenomenal accomplishment.
And you were the person that started this, correct? You don't need to be shy about it.
You were. That's why
I'll let her
And
answer.
so because of that,
and it's not just it's not about me, right?
No.
I've got 35 to 40 dedicated instructors that from day one put their heart and soul, worked with us, believed in this, understood the need, did the research, helped to get this class certified for on the law enforcement side. We this year we weren't able to do it, but on prior years we were getting continuing professional education on the fire side. COVID kind of put a wrinkle in that, but we'll get it back. There's a whole lot of administrative work that was done by every single one of these instructors, and every one of these instructors deserves all the credit for this program growing the way it did.
And so are you still technically like the point man for all this?
I don't know. Probably not. I think if you ask
trying to hand it off to people.
No. If you ask all the instructors, yes. But I'm trying to. I'm trying to let it be their program.
Yeah.
But pretty soon it's going to be a CSU UC joint thing, because
I think that's the next iteration.
Yeah, that's good. So then is this basically take a full year of coordinating and build things up for getting ready for the next year? So right when we're done with this, then you're starting all over again.
Take about a month off, and then we start all over.
And so,
Because we want to know the lesson. Every day we do evaluations,
Yeah.
we debrief. We got to gather all that. We have Chad, who's over there, that's making sure we're meeting all of our training objectives every day. We have observers that do that for us. We need to make sure that what we say that we're going to train, we're training on it. So we don't want to miss anything.
I had a good question. I just forgot.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. What was it? It was about. Oh yeah. So is there a specific department that is in charge of running this?
UC Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you
Okay, but it's UC Santa Cruz. But I mean, like, is there a division that's just the training and?
I wish.
Okay,
No,
so
no, we
it's
don't
just
have that kind of
it's
luxury.
just the
It's just
force in
officers
general.
that-
It's
It was
everybody that comes in.
Chief Oase when he was chief, and then a couple of officers.
Yes, I was about to say, do you have a team that works with you that this is their full-time job? Is work?
No.
Okay.
This is a collateral duty for all of us.
So yes, whenever you guys have time, you guys are picking
Yeah,
up the
and
phone.
so part of it is how do we so here's what we can't find. We can't find a true model of how to do this, and so we believe that this is the model to take forward. There's a lot of different larger agencies, NYPD, LAPD, San Francisco, right, that have they have a full-time training team. They have a full-time cadre of people that can do this all day, every day. But what about the little agencies like UC Santa Cruz? And that was the purpose, right? How do we get involved and how do we form something that we take all these small agencies from throughout the county that doesn't have anybody full-time, and how do we put it together so that we can all be successful as well? And we can't send everybody to San Jose or San Francisco or New York, right? So, and out there so far, there could be. At least in California, we haven't seen a model where the small agencies have all come together like we have and been successful.
I was about to say, so that there is no plan, like, so this is how you run a training, this is all the steps you need to do. You kind of just figure it out.
Plans out there, but there's nothing as comprehensive that we can find. I'm not saying that there's not as comprehensive as this.
And when he says small departments, I mean, you think about the smaller fire departments
Yeah.
locally, even, the volunteer fire departments, they're included in this.
Yeah,
The
Felton,
normal
everybody.
fire, especially after the wildfires, like, they're a part of this. And, nobody provides that to them as far as I know.
Well, and then is there if somebody wanted to volunteer to help be a part of the ongoing training and
Yes,
putting this event together, is there,
absolutely.
cool, and then how would
And,
somebody get that info?
So the community volunteers are so vital for this. We can't do this without community volunteers. We have school teachers, we have faculty from the university, we have retired individuals, we have moms and dads, people from local businesses. We have 10-year-olds to 83-year-olds. And they provide not only the support, but they provide the role players that we absolutely need. It's so critical and vital for all of us. And we moulage them. And then throughout the year too, we go out and we start talking to people like the Red Cross, right? What have you learned in your logistical areas? How can we incorporate you? We have other agencies, Gilroy and others that we call, we talk, we learn from them, and then we put it all together as a big package for the training.
Cool. And then, so how would people that want to volunteer, how would they get a hold of you?
They can just call the police department, UC Santa Cruz Police Department. We'll get somebody to them and we'll go from there.
You can go to the website, either email me, and I can route them to the right person and start planning ahead.
Thank you guys so much. That's